Well, how are you guys doing? Friday night, I'm just relaxing. I got 2 weeks before I'm heading to Vegas, so I'm trying to save up the amount of money I'm spending. Went shopping, so got all the food for the week. Now I gotta go recovering from the workout yesterday. I was like sore this morning, and then like I've been getting up, and the weather's been like 42, 32, and like 37. Okay, 37, 42 degrees. So I was like, can it get any colder? So it's like bad enough when you're sore, but then you gotta go outside and then it's freezing. So basically, what are you guys up to on a Friday night? I don't have much planned. I'm gonna take a bath, shave all the hair off. I have a book on like it's talking about how to profile people. I always like books on body language and people behavior. Because now as I get older, you look for people who are just more consistent. And when you see people doing things that are like a little bizarre, like for example, when I would go into workout class, this girl does flashes certain things like me, and let me may say, but then after that she'll flash, show you everything, but then do nothing. It's like finally I came to it's like she's sort of a tease and maybe unsure about what to do. So I give that relationship a break, and then it's just helped me with some other things. So it's come just to dealing with people now. It's like one thing with all the technology I've realized is like people have no really good people skills. So if you have just some good people skills, know how to relate to people, or just pay attention to people's behavior, that'll put you ahead of the game. Because one thing I learned in sales, in the end, you just got to be dumb. You don't even have to be smart. Because with technology, everyone's basically on the same level. Just some people have taken advantage of it or paid more attention to it. Like I said, for example, with this telephone, I always talk to you guys about Hollywood. You say, what's the 2008 recession? But I was just reading in the movie web about how after Disney took over Fox, they're only going to produce 4 movies a year. But that shows you the power of like expansion. Because I remember I worked at Disneyland way back in 1990. I worked in Tomorrowland Terrace. I worked in the Blue Bayou. And I did some other things. I think one time I worked in another restaurant, another like cafe that was in a Tomorrowland. And back then, all Disney owned was just Disneyland. And maybe there was Disney World and they were doing some other things. But now look, this is 1990. That's back in say 1990. Graduated in 96. Right, I graduated in 1986 from high school. So now this is, I don't know, do the math. I'm trying to do the math. I'm sort of tired. But I'm just thinking, you're looking maybe 30 years later, they own basically a quarter. They own maybe they own basically all the movie studios. They're producing over probably over 60 to 70% of the movies. They bought Marvel. They own Star Wars. And one thing that Disney teaches you have to do is you got to keep expanding. Right now, when I get done taking a shower, a bath, and shaving all this off, I have a Chinese book I'm going to read. I have like Spanish tapes in the car. Because you always just got to keep expanding your reach. That's one thing I've learned from Disney. I remember in the old days, people were saying, oh, Disney's Mickey Mouse is the devil. Well, not only is Mickey Mouse the devil, Mickey Mouse is also God, too. I mean, that's just when Mickey Mouse owned just Disneyland and Disney World. Now they own everything. They bought Fox, Marvel used to be like when I was younger, Marvel was like a separate entity, totally different from DC. It was like back then. I have like some X-Men comics in storage right now, and I can't get rid of them. And then because of digital technology, it's basically made them all worthless. But Disney owns them. Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns Star Wars. Star Wars was like George Lucas. And that only happened maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. I mean, just think of that brilliant idea he came up with the Star Wars. Disney bought it, and they've already gotten their money back from him. They already covered that investment. And they turn around again and they bought all the Fox properties, so that's 71.3 billion. So that one it'll probably take them about 10 years before they get their money back. But they own everything. And if they really want to, they can start selling off different properties, like from Alien, whatever they own, Avatar, whatever Fox is, different things. I can't think of it offhand. But I guess my theme for tonight is always think about expansion. So, I mean, this weekend, just when you think you're a little bit tired or you can't do anything else, I want you to give that one extra 5, 6 minutes, make something happen. Because right now, a lot of people are lazy. They think things are going well. They think the economy's doing good, but they don't realize they're one idea away from being out of a job. Do they have and the trick is, do they have the money or the skills to recover quick enough to get back on their feet? That's all it is now. And one trick people are missing is like the people skills. I like going to the gym and watching the couples work out as we head toward Valentine's Day. That's just so funny. 25% of married women are having an affair. 35% of married men are having an affair. 47% of married couples will be divorced after the 7th year. You say, Martin, what about the 53% that stay married? Well, over 59% get separated after the 5th year. So it's funny as we head to Valentine's Day. It should be like, they should change the day to just either sex day or just some record. You should really just get rid of the day. Because if my husband had me living in, like, I like going through all these inner city neighborhoods. I like seeing these fancy cars. And then I'm like, because I've been there. It's like, wouldn't you rather have your family in a safe location rather than have a fancy car and impress your neighbors? That's called unexpansion. Now, if you were to expand, you would be in a better neighborhood, working with maybe a downgraded car until you can expand your income enough, and then you can upgrade the car. People will upgrade the car without expanding, so their world stays the same, instead of opening up your world. So my goal is like, do what you can to expand yourself. Do something. This is like 2020. Things are about to get hot soon, trust me. Because people know how to sell. A lot of people don't know how to negotiate. So like all these legacy companies, because they have attention and they just keep repeating what they do and they just keep extending, because other people, like, once they get a little success, they go off and have fun or do something crazy and then try to start over again. So what I want you to do this weekend, have a little fun, but do something that puts you 2 to 3 steps ahead of that person who gets drunk. If you're going to go out and party, just go out and party one night. You don't need to party 3 nights. Do you want 3 days worth of hangovers? One's bad enough. Why do you want 3? Cut back on eating some bad stuff. Read a book, watch a movie. Hey, go watch Picard. Just watch the last Picard episode. Go learn something about what you can do to help others instead of worrying about yourself. Or just go read about Disney. I have some Disney books. So basically the theme of tonight is just do something to expand your mind. Expand, expand, expand. Because a lot of people are staying the same, and you know what? Eventually their space is going to be squeezed out of existence by people like you and me who keep expanding. Talk to you later.